Alright, everything has now been completely bolted down. I'm sorry I'm using this flashlight, but it's about 12 o'clock at night. It's we're up here in the north, out in bumfucked nowhere, and my lighting isn't as good as I'd like, so I'm going to use this. The stator or generator, it's probably a stator, is installed. We have the 2 bolts right here, which are put in. I'm going to put a little drop of blue Loctite in there just because I want to do that a tiny bit. Blue Loctite is okay. Red Loctite is what you got to use a heat gun to take off. Then we have the 2 bolts down here on the charge unit, or I'm not sure what that's called. Anyway, that's we have the bolts on that. Everything else is clean, looks good. The next thing we have to do, and this is important, this is the ground wire. You can tell it's got a big thick wire. It's there for a reason. That has got to be connected. This comes around down here like this. If I get this fucking flashlight to work, it would be nice. This comes down and fits underneath here. Okay, and then the rest of this harness down here fits underneath the engine. And this is connected to the battery, and this is connected to the battery. But you want to make sure you get a little bit of sandpaper. Okay, and get that shiny clean right there. And get this other side shiny clean, because you want to have a really good electrical positive and negative experience with your little motor. So we can see what's been done here. Now this is another thing that just came up that I just noticed right now, which is it's kind of cool, to tell you the truth. In all of my on my water-cooled engines, they've been water-cooled. This is not a water-cooled head. I just noticed that. It's got fins on it. You see these fins? That means that aside from being water-cooled up here and up here, this is the cylinder, this is the head, this is air-cooled, so what I can do is I can put on one of my stock fans onto these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. After I put the fan on, then I have to get the original fan shroud. This is why it's very important for you to keep your parts, even though you may not use them. If you're going to build an air-cooled engine, you will need a fan. Okay, or you're going to seize that bitch up in the first 5 minutes riding it. Therefore, I'm going to take the fan shroud right here and adapt it to fit here and around here and give me some more air cooling. Another thing about strokers, I've got some pictures, is your stroker cylinder will be about 3/4 inch higher than stock, which means your stock fan cover, you have to modify it a little bit to make it work. And you will need to modify it. You got to have air on those fins. You have to, because they're putting out so much heat. But I'm going to do it so that the fan hits the back here. The air will come up through the hole, go down along this side, down along this side as much as I can get it, and hopefully the water will take care of the rest. That's actually a hybrid cool system. And I think it'll work. Well, famous last words. It looks great to me on paper. Okay, this has been installed. The next thing we'll do is put the Woodruff key in this little place right here, which is right here. And this little key is a absolutely nightmare, pain in the ass, devil thing. because once you get it in there, you have to blindly put the flywheel on and try and hit that little area right there where you can see it. Shit. You can see where the little cutoff is right there in the center. You have to get it to slide along that. It may take you 15-20 times to get it in there. You go and you get it perfectly in there straight because you can't see it. You can't see anything at all. The best way to do it is to line your crankshaft up right to the top right here and pray for the best. And then what I like to do is I'll take this line right here and I'll run a little marker across the top so that I know precisely where the key is, and then once you get it in here and shake it around, once you get it in there, it's great. So that'll be the next step. I don't know if I'll do it tonight, it's kind of late.